NFL Universe, TikTok Universe, YouTube Universe, Eagles Nation,
Oh, good
Jets,
Lord.
Jets Nation.
There we go. I like that a little bit more now. I like that a little bit more.
We're getting better. Anyway, guys, I'm Dalton from the Up for Debate podcast. You may also know me from my other show, 302 Birds. Tonight, I have a very special guest, one of my great friends from the phenomenal Warzone Sports Network. Everyone, let's give a warm welcome to Mr. Robson, Alex Robson from the Robson Sportscast. What's going on, brother?
What is going on, Dalton? It has been a hot minute since you and I got to work together, but I'm super hyped to be joining Up for Debate. It is absolutely, I hear the sound effects. They're a little bit warped, but it's all good. I appreciate the cheers from my loving fandom. But yep, awesome to be here. I am hyped to talk some sports with you, my brother. Let's go ahead and jump into it.
Hey, let's jump in, and also want to welcome somebody else to the show, a beautiful host of ours. Did you get a haircut? That looks good.
I did. Thanks, bro. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. No, I'm just playing. I did get a haircut. Thanks, bro. Appreciate y'all. What up, Robson? The legendary.
Let's give it up for Jay.
Fashionably late as always.
Yeah, you know how I do.
We love you. All right. Anyway, so I guess before I forget, let me just be smart. Let me hit that intro. It's up for debate. Jay, is it still on the table that you're going to write us a song hopefully next week? Is that still on the table?
That is on the table. Yeah, RJ Welch, shout out. He's coming January 5th to LA, and I want to work on something with him. If not, I'm going to do it on my own before or after. But yeah, definitely the first 2 weeks of January, I think we have a theme song coming out.
So I got a quick music question for you, and then I won't take up much more of your guys' time, and we'll get right into these topics. But quick question. Can you rap on that beat that we have because it's technically a royalty-free music?
I probably could. If you send an email, I'll see what I got. I got some beats cooking in the back, you know what I'm saying? So let's do it. I like it.
Jay is cooking up. I love it. All right, guys, let's get into the topics for tonight. I don't know why that just sounded awkward. I'm kind of trying to give it a little bit of a delay because I don't really know what I'm doing. Well, look, this is our first episode with graphics. You guys are going to love it. I got a lot of Photoshops prepared. Stay in. It's going to be a very visual pleasing episode. So stay tuned. But look, our main topic tonight, and we'll save the best for last, is going to be Mr. Joey B. And I just want you guys to know that smoke cloud on that Photoshop right there, that did not come on it. I had to Photoshop that on there. So
hey,
give me some props. Your man's learning. Anyway, we got the NFC Wildcard predictions. This is Jay's topic, and he brought up a great couple 4 teams that we're going to bring up and talk about for a little bit. We're going to talk about the Cardinals' tragic downfall, Houston's head scratcher at the quarterback situation, and Jacksonville's head coach. And we got a lot of other topics on board tonight. A lot of good stuff. So stay tuned. We might as well just get into the first one. Jay, you brought this up, and it's something that I think is really, really interesting. What the hell is Houston going to do? And you can feel free to chime into this whenever, Robson. We don't really do that panel style anymore. I'm going to try to keep conversation moving along, but feel free to talk freely, say whatever you guys want, and I'm going to get these graphics up. But what's up with Davis Mills?
Yeah, so TikTok, Up for Debate, we'll have a Davis Mills video up pretty soon because Davis Mills is a baller. I think he might be the best rookie quarterback in the NFL right now if you think about it, because Trevor Lawrence isn't doing anything. Sorry, Robson. Zach Wilson had a decent game last week, but other than that, he beat the Jaguars. But, I mean, Davis Mills just beat the Chargers. What rookie quarterback has that? You know what I'm saying? In their bag to say that. And he did really good against the Rams, too. So, yeah, Davis Mills, I thought he could be the quarterback this year come into the season. over Tyrod Taylor. But now I'm confident. I like him over Deshaun Watson. I like him over Tyrod Taylor, and I like him over whoever's coming to the draft. Not named Willis, but I heard Willis. That's Robinson's guy. I heard he needs some work. I heard he needs some development, and he needs some work. So Davis Mills, Mr. Long Neck himself. Peyton Manning has a long forehead. He has a long neck. You know what I'm saying? It must mean something. Let's go, Davis Mills. How y'all feeling?
He's built like a Pez dispenser with that neck. But Davis Mills, he's been impressive, honestly. Now, I would not compare him to Deshaun Watson at all. Deshaun Watson, despite all the legal issues that he's got going on, you can't deny he's a special talent. But even if the legal issues weren't a thing, he wouldn't be playing for the Houston Texans. He wants out anyway. So if Deshaun Watson ever plays football again, it won't be for the Houston Texans. But Houston, I feel like you got something cooking here with Davis Mills. Now, I don't think he's going to be a world beater. I don't think he's going to exactly be the superstar quarterback that's going to lead you to Super Bowls. But he is showing he could be a good game-managing quarterback, and sometimes that's all you need if you can build a team around him. But it is shown that the Texans can't do that. They don't know how to be competent. That's all they do is just get good players and then ruin them. Remember a guy named Andre Johnson? He never did anything. He was great, but he never could do anything. Matt Schaub had a couple good years. Yeah, they still didn't win anything with that going on. Then you had Deshaun Watson and DeAndre Hopkins on the same team. What'd you do with that? Oh, you traded them all away for a box of cookies there with DeAndre Hopkins, and then you just screwed over completely Deshaun Watson before all the legal issues came up, like I mentioned before. But Davis Mills, I don't think it's going to be an issue of him being not the franchise quarterback. I think he can be a good quarterback for this program, for this organization. I just don't think this organization has a damn clue what they're doing. I would not be shocked with their draft pick if they're stupid and take a quarterback with number 4 overall pick or whatever the heck they got right now. They're that dumb of a franchise to go ahead and take a quarterback early in the draft, in this draft, and not last year's. Because this draft class with quarterbacks compared to last year's is just dead compared to him. So it's just Davis Mills, I like him, but I don't have a feeling he has a great future with Houston because the organization itself doesn't have a great future ahead of it.
Hey, Robson, I got 2 things to say for you. One, if you give Davis Mills, DeAndre Hopkins, I think he puts up Deshaun Watson-like numbers, if not better, and they probably go further. That's what I'm saying right now because Deshaun Watson, I'm not big on him. I think DeAndre Hopkins did Deshaun Watson. He didn't do anything without him. He won 4 games without him. So Davis Mills, if you get some weapons, I like him. Also, Brentley Gaiman, that's the second thing I got to say. The jersey giveaway, it's big. I don't know. Dalt can probably hit you with that, Brentley, but thanks for coming out, showing up. And, yeah, we'll definitely do that on the live podcast when we do it. So you'll see, like, the raffle and all that if your name pops up. Good luck.
So what I'm thinking about doing, speaking of that, is I actually just thought about that. And I have a list, but I need to redo it. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to extend it 1 more week. For all you guys who have entered, though, go on our Instagram, all those who are tuned in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys, Brentley Gaiman, I'm going to give you guys 10 additional entries.
Woo!
Just for tuning in. So since I'm extending it, I feel bad, had a long week, didn't have time to do it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys 10 additional entries. Bing bong. 10
Bing
additional
bong.
entries. Make it happen. Comment on our Instagram. I was there 12/29/21. And I'll know what you mean. But, I mean, other than that, back to Davis Mills. I mean, I like what you said, Shay. He would put up Deshaun Watson numbers. I don't know about that, but I definitely think it would be a lot better. I agree with what you're saying. I think Deshaun Watson was definitely the reason that DeAndre Hopkins was somebody that basically helped him look better, helped him look a lot better. DeAndre Hopkins is somebody that takes the pressure off. He's somebody that's going to go up and get the ball when you put it in the general area. Yep. He's not like necessarily a wide receiver that needs you to put it on the perfect, spot because he's not small. He's a big dude. He can just muscle his way for the ball in a general area. That's what he's useful for. So, I mean, if Davis Mills had that, hell yeah, he'd be a lot better. Is he their franchise quarterback? I don't know, because I'm not going to lie to you, Robson. Before this episode, I honestly thought that the Texans should take a quarterback. But now that you brought that up, I kind of feel like an idiot. And I kind of agree with you. Like, for real. Like, I'm thinking, like, well, shit. Like, Davis Mills kind of, like, is doing well, and he didn't really get a chance. And, like, Deshaun Watson is gone. They're going to get something back for him. But I think Robson said it. At the end of the day, guys, there's no QBs in this draft class. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit carried away with the sound effects. But anyway, there are no QBs in this draft class. They all suck. So if you're going to go out and take a QB this year, like there are some Eagles fans being like, Eagles might get Kenny Pickett, bro. Kenny Pickett's cool and all, but I don't want Kenny Pickett as my quarterback. You know, you got to be a really, really good coach to be able to coach somebody coming out of college like that. Like I think Mike Tomlin could handle it. Can Nick Sirianni handle it? No. My point is, at the end of the day, is Davis Mills their franchise QB? I don't know, but does he need another shot? Does he need another year? I agree with what Robson said. Go out and get a wideout. Go out and get a lineman. Go out and get a stud defensive player with that 4th or 5th overall pick. I mean, why not try Davis Mills? It's not like any of these QBs are for sure, guy. I mean, do you guys all agree with that?
I mean, I think we're all saying the same thing kind of here, just different ways of saying it, different points. But I do want to say this, though. This may be a transition piece, but talking about how I thought DeAndre Hopkins, and I still think that DeAndre Hopkins carried Deshaun Watson like a decent quarterback stats-wise, we're kind of seeing it now in Arizona because the Cardinals look like the best team in football and the best offense in football. You take away DeAndre Hopkins, they can't win a game. They lost to the Lions, and they lost again this week, right? So I don't know if that's where our next topic is going, but we got to talk about that because that's what I think is going on in Arizona. You have no D-Hop, you have no offense.
Yeah, you're 100% right. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. It's been kind of a head scratcher because I think that they were everybody's. Like, put your hand up if you guys at least wouldn't have been shocked if let's say 10. If week 10, I told you that, hey, the Cardinals are going to be in the Super Bowl. If you guys wouldn't have been surprised, put your hand up. Because I wouldn't have been. Now, if I would have said it to you week 15 or week 14, you would have been like, what?
Yeah, no, I agree with you, though. And Felke's in here. Cowboys are trash, man. I hate Mike McCarthy. He's the worst coach in football. Felke. Anyway, we'll talk about the Cowboys later. But anyway, the Cardinals. Yeah, I agree with you, though. I think 100%. They were a team that I thought was a team that could go to the Super Bowl this year. They were the Rams, and the Bucks were the teams that we really thought the NFC could make it. And now it looks like the Packers have kind of taken their spot as that third team. I think maybe they got to show me, though, because I don't think they're going to make it at the NFC game. Anyway, not about the Packers. The Cardinals need a wide receiver for Kyler Murray because Kyler Murray looks like an average quarterback without just DeAndre Hopkins there. And he looked like a superhero for the first, 12 weeks of the season. So, yeah, when he was healthy. I don't know. That's what I'm saying, dog. How you feeling, Robson?
I'm feeling like you are just smoking every pound of weed in the possibility of California right now. What are you talking about? Kyler Murray was not looking like an average quarterback when he didn't have DeAndre Hopkins. He was looking like a guy that needed a star wide receiver, like any quarterback would love to have, especially at the level of a DeAndre Hopkins. He was still making plays. He was still showing that he is a generational talent with his legs. His arm talent a little bit iffy sometimes. His accuracy kind of dips up and down. But let's not forget, Kyler Murray, he is a star even without him. Now, what's gone on these past couple weeks? I'll tell you what's going on. Their defense is still trash. I don't care what anybody says. Their secondary is god-awful. They cannot cover anybody in that secondary, and that is why I knew from the beginning that there was no way the Cardinals were a Super Bowl team. They are too young. They do not have the pieces in the secondary to be able to compete with that. Budda Baker is nice, but he is not a corner, and these cornerbacks stink for Carolina. They are awful. When you got Marco Wilson, who has a Florida Gator fan I don't even like to claim for his antics against LSU, when for some damn reason after we stop LSU, he likes to pick up a damn shoe and chuck it to about the 50-yard line because he's a dummy, I don't understand it. And Dalton, this isn't that kind of show. What are you doing? This isn't that kind of show.
Let's go Tigers.
We don't want to talk about that. Can I take you off the screen?
I'll put you on the big screen, though. We had to see that.
But seriously, in all seriousness, the Cardinals, they are just too young right now. They are a good football team with a lot of pieces in place that they could be absolute unbelievable in the future. But that defense, I think they should just spend every single draft pick on defense. And I don't know how high or low their pick's going to be, but I'm telling you, if a defensive back is available with their first-round pick, whether that be a guy like Ahmad Gardner out of Cincinnati, a guy like Ka'ir Elam out of Florida, you got to get somebody to cover these guys because these guys are just terrible. I'm sorry. Their secondary is just not good enough to hang with some of the high-powered offenses in the NFL, like the Rams, like the Chiefs, all those guys like that. I'm sorry to say it. Cardinals fans, you need to simmer down anyway. This is showing this. I'm sorry, but it ain't happening this year, and I knew it wasn't going to.
Yeah, I honestly 100% agree with everything you just said there, especially the point about the young. They're so young, which is not a bad thing, Cardinals fans. Like, that's a thing that a lot of NFL teams, I want to be clear, a lot of NFL teams are striving to do right now. The first half of their season, and bear with me, I'm trying it out, was like, and then the second half of their season was like, damn it. It was like, damn it. Okay, I hope you guys heard that. Anyway, my point is, they fell apart at the end there. It was awful. And being a young team, I think we see that a lot. Look at the Ravens a couple years ago. What happens when they went to the playoffs? When the Eagles won, and of course, me being an Eagles fan, I got to connect everything to the Eagles. But when the Eagles won, my point is they were an older team. Like, even though they had young players in positions that were excelling, Alshon Jeffrey, older receiver. Carson Wentz was a younger player, but Nick Foles, older player. All those pieces were older. You look at a lot of Super Bowl teams. Nowadays, they're built younger. I think olden times, it used to be the veteran QB has his team finally around him. Guys wouldn't leave for money back in those days, the good old days. And nowadays, it's tough. So, I mean, I'll wrap it up with this. I'll basically say I don't think that the Cardinals have a chance this year. I think being young, they don't. But they're going to be a fun team to watch in years to come. I don't know. What do you gentlemen have any final points before we wrap up with this?
Well, I will say this. Oh, go ahead. You, Robson, I don't know if you want to address this. I'll address it too, but go ahead, Robson.
Yeah, Felke, it's a fair excuse because you got these teams in the NFL that are bad, and you also have these teams in the NFL like the Cardinals. Like I'll mention the New York Jets since we like to tie in everything to our teams. They are the youngest team in the NFL right now. Their roster is comprised of a bunch of rookies and second-year players. It's going to take time, and we've seen the flashes from the Jets roster. I mean, 1 week they're absolutely just lighting it up against the Tennessee Titans, and then the week after they're giving up 45 points to the Colts. Like, that's youth. It's inconsistent, and that is what we're seeing with the Cardinals. It's inconsistency, and when you get older and you get better, that does not become a problem. That's why I think the Cardinals are a little bit away. I think Kyler Murray still has some maturing he has to do. I really don't know about Cliff Kingsbury. Some days I like him. Some days I absolutely despise him. So I really don't know what they're going to do with that head coaching position, if they decide to keep him or not. But youth is a valid excuse, and it's a valid excuse for the Cowboys as well. But their youth is just incredible youth, like a guy like Micah Parsons, who I don't even know how that monster of a human being is just – he's just special. That's all I'll say about Micah Parsons. Everybody knows how much I love Micah Parsons coming out of the draft. That was just a monster human being right there. But, Jay, I'll turn the floor over to you now.
Well, it is up for debate, and this is up for debate. And I will say two things on this. Again, Felke, no excuse, just produce. I don't care if it's the Cowboys or the Cardinals or the Bucs even with Tom Brady. You have no excuses. Godwin's out for the year. It's okay. But if you're going to make an excuse, Robson, I'm not going to talk about youth. I'm going to talk about your best player on defense is out for the year, and your best player on offense is out for the year, DeAndre Hopkins and J.J. Watt. When your two best players are out for the year, and they're not just regular good players, like J.J. Watt's like a Hall of Famer. DeAndre Hopkins is, in my opinion, they're Hall of Famers. They're big names. They're top. Like J.J. Watt's a top 3 in his position for sure. And DeAndre Hopkins, a lot of people said was number 1 at wide receiver for a long time. Maybe he just got passed up by Cooper Kupp, but he's a top 3 wide receiver still in the league. So injuries, I think, are the problem for the Cardinals. I don't care if they're young. Let them ball out. Patrick Mahomes is young. He won a Super Bowl. So anyway, we can move on now.
We're talking about a different monster there with the Chiefs. So that's I got a legend and Andy Reid with literally every offensive weapon you could possibly ask for. Oh yeah, here's a legendary tight end. Here's a superstar wide receiver or two. Like literally everything you could ever want in an offense. What are you zooming in on that for?
The mustache.
Good God Almighty.
I want you guys to read this because this was something that I saw as an Eagles fan. This was something that came out in a local newspaper, nothing crazy. But I want you guys, or I'll read it out loud. I'll read it for you guys. Anyway, after the win against the New York Giants, Gardner Minshew, and hey, if you guys didn't know, Alex Robson is a Jets fan. But Robson, I mean, can I tell? Why did I do that? Anyway, Sorry, I'm like getting used to all this tech stuff. Robson, can you take the people back and let them know how you were almost a an Eagles fan?
You want to reminisce about the worst time to ever decide anything via a coin flip ever? All right, fine. We'll take a trip down memory lane then. God. Am I doing a podcast right now, or am I doing shrooms? I don't know which one I'm doing right now because I'm just hearing stuff now. Anyway, so I was young. I think probably about 6th grade, maybe late 5th grade, and I had grown up around my dad. He's a big Seattle Seahawks fan, and I was just kind of getting into sports. So I decided to watch my first ever NFL game just by myself, and it was the Eagles taking on the Jets. And, of course, I'm young, so I'm just focused on jersey colors and how cool they look. Jets were then wearing their AFL New York Titans uniforms. They were the blue and the gold and all that kind of stuff like that. And then the Eagles are wearing all black, I believe. I think the Jets are wearing white, actually, that game. But I liked both teams' jerseys, so I made a decision. Heads was Jets, tails was Eagles. I flipped the coin, landed on heads. Since then, I've been a New York Jets fan. It's been misery ever since. Ever since then, I've had to deal with the butt fumble, multiple busts through the NFL draft, thanks to Mike McCagnon and his terrible draft strategies. I had to deal with the guy I called the California bum, Sam Darnold, and everybody claiming to God that he's a great quarterback, and then him just continuing to show he's not. But everyone just calling me crazy, saying it's the Jets' fault. Yeah, what's he doing in Carolina right now? Sitting on the bench behind P.J. Walker and Cam Newton, the bum. But it's been a rough ride. But things are looking up a little bit. I know the Jets, they just beat the Jaguars, but Zach Wilson's starting to progress a little bit. There's some things that are looking good for the New York Jets. But either way, yeah, that's how it goes. What, Jay? What do you want to say? What do you want?
I just want to tell you and the people, this is why you never leave anything to a coin flip, because this is what could happen if you leave something to a – you just pick – it's easy to pick a team. Whoever's winning, look at the record. That's how you pick a team.
That's cheat. That is cheap.
That's the J-Fly way to pick a team.
Yeah, and that's cheap.
And I told Mike he got to be a Broncos fan if the Broncos beat the Chargers because he got Drew Lock jersey. And I told him I was a Chargers fan for 1 year. And it's when they beat the Panthers in the Super Bowl, and that was it. And then the offseason, next season, I picked a new team. That's how you do it, Robson. That's how you pick a team, y'all.
Hey, that means at some point, Jay, I mean, we'll both be Eagles fans, though. So that will be
I was an Eagles fan. After they beat Tom Brady, that last minute, I was an Eagles fan. And then
I think everybody – I think – honestly, and I can second this, everybody was an Eagles fan that game because F Tom Brady and the New England Patriots.
I love Tom Brady.
I love you. I love you, Rob.
I love him now that he's not in New England, but I hated him then.
Oh, that's right. Jets. Well, Dalton, now to your topic here that you were reading. Basically, I know you're going to read out. Gardner Minshew went into the office. Nick Sirianni said, what do I got to do to be the starting quarterback? Nick Sirianni says, it's not going to happen, buddy. It's not going down. It's not how you thought. It's not what you thought it was over here, Gardner Minshew in Philly. And you know what? I got to be honest with you. I love Jalen Hurts, and I want Jalen Hurts to start. I think he's a better quarterback. But I don't really like Nick Sirianni anymore. Like, I gave him the benefit of the doubt for so long. You know what I'm saying? I was like, he's a little soft. He's a little this. He's a little that. He throws tantrums and stuff like that. I try to give him the benefit of the doubt. I don't like this guy. Like, I just don't think he's a good coach anymore. I think the Eagles they should be a playoff team talent-wise with Miles Sanders and Jalen Hurts, the defense. I don't think he's a good coach. I think they should move on. Like, bring your boy Dougie P back. Just anybody. Anyway, I don't know how y'all feel, but go ahead. You guys can give me your opinions on this situation. But yeah, Nick Sirianni, he's worse than Matt Nagy at this point, in my opinion. Just get him out of there.
I'm gonna laugh at that because Matt Nagy is an absolute scrub and needs to be fired as soon as I'm saying this now, right here. What is it? December 30th, December 29th. There we go. He needs to be fired as I'm speaking. But anyway. You said they need to be a playoff team with the talent they are. Are we going to not forget that they actually technically, if the season were to end right now, they would have the final playoff spot right now at 8-7. After starting as terribly as they did, they have bounced back well, and it's because they found their identity with Jalen Hurts, and that's why I don't mind Nick Sirianni saying this. For a while, they were trying to make Jalen Hurts what he isn't, and that is just a superstar, absolute insane quarterback trying to do everything. Instead, they finally realized, hey, this guy actually has something special about him. His legs. Why don't we just do that? Why don't we just run the hell out of the damn ball and try and make somebody stop it and open up the passing game? And that's what they've done, and it's worked well. Their running game is really, really good for the Eagles. They are very, very good running the ball right down your throat, and they're trying to tell you to stop them. And most of the teams haven't been able to. Talk about the Jets. They did not were able to stop it. A lot of teams recently haven't been. So I think they're probably going to be a playoff team. I don't know why Gardner Minshew is making a big fuss about this. I think we kind of know what Gardner Minshew is, and that's just a fun name to say and a great backup, but he's not a starter. I mean, let's be real here. Great guy, I'm sure. I mean, any guy that looks like an Uncle Rico and can really rock the hammer mustache or whatever. Handlebar, there we go. If you can rock that, you're a pretty cool dude. I'm sure you can chug down a few beers here, Mr. Minshew, but I'm sorry. You're not a starter quarterback. Check yourself. You're not some superstar.
Robson said, nice guy. Quarterback, not so much. Not as nice as a guy. But I do want to get, and I'm going to let Doc go into his team. I know he's going to go off on them. But I just don't like the reply of not going to happen, because I feel like as the coach, all your players should want to be going hard all the time. Why would you discourage any of your players? I don't care if he's a 53rd man on special teams, because that guy can make a big play on a punt return or something like that because he was working his tail off, hoping he would get a starting spot or something. So if I'm a coach, I say, man, keep putting the work in, keep doing your role, playing your role as a backup, doing your job, keep working. Your time may come. We don't know, but keep working hard. I don't like that. Not going to happen. Because if I'm Gardner Minshew, then what do? You why show up? What's the point? You know what I'm saying? Might as well just get ready for the offseason and go somewhere else. But anyway, dog, how you feeling?
I mean, you took the words right out of my mouth. Like, as a coach, I'm pissed. Like, why would you ever want to take the competitive spirit out of a football player? Now, no shit, it's not going to happen, Nick Sirianni. No shit, Sherlock. But don't tell him that. Like, just be like, hey, you got to work a little bit harder. Hey, I see the work that you're putting in. Stuff like that. You don't need to be like, not going to happen. Like, what? Like, no. Like, it's just awful. And it really makes me angry because in the beginning of the year, and Eagles fans definitely remember this, Jalen Hurts had to fight for his starting spot. Like, when Sirianni came, our coach, we're like, all right, Hurts is going to be the starter. And the first thing Sirianni said when he came out, he goes, nobody's starting anything. We're going to have competitions at every level, basically. And he basically said that. I don't know if that's word for word what he said, but he basically said that. And it pisses me off because it's just hypocritical for everything that you said in the beginning of the year. I mean, I don't want to talk about it too much because we'll talk about it more on my other show, 302 Birds, tonight. I kind of just wanted to get some outside opinions, but it really, really upsets me as a football fan and especially as an Eagles fan because that's everything that, is against the city. One thing I want to talk about real quick, everybody on this show, I know for a fact, has a tremendous amount of respect for John Madden, what he did for the game, what he did for our childhood with a phenomenal video game that we all love. Me and Jay Fly still play to this day. I don't know about you, Robson, but me and Jay literally stream it. Do you guys think, and of course, rest in peace, John Madden, thank you for everything you did for the game. Do you guys think that he deserves to be on the next Madden cover, though? Because I was all 100% on the Derrick Henry hype train. Now I want it to be just John Madden Legacy Edition. And this is just a mock-up I made today. I know it's not very decent, but the techno ball in the background.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you're talking about just a person in general, there's nobody that has just been as relevant for as long as Madden has because you talk about his legendary coaching career and then the adjustment into the commentating booth and then, of course, with the Madden series that has been going on for several years now. There may be no person ever alive that has been that relevant for that long in so many different platforms. Now, I still think that they should have just a normal cover. That's 100% fine. Have one with Derrick Henry or whoever the hell you want to put on there. You usually put on the wrong guy anyway. But, yeah, definitely. I think there should be a legacy edition that just encapsulates the life of John Madden and what he did, not only for just the sports world, but for the gaming world in general, because I still play Madden. Despite all the people saying it's all the same game every time, I still have fun playing that same game because it is a really just fun to play. And John Madden, of course, legendary, actually helped me a lot growing up because I didn't know what the hell I was doing in my younger days of playing Madden. So I was always asking him what the hell to run. Now I kind of know what I'm doing. But it's actually John Madden, 100%. There needs to be some sort of legacy edition for him that really encapsulates just the impact this man has had on the game of football, both in reality and in the video game world. Rest in peace, John Madden. One of those guys I wish I grew up with watching coach for sure, because I'm sure this guy is just an absolute legend. And yeah, they definitely need to have some sort of version to where they really just give all the honor to him.
What are you thinking, Jay?
Yeah, put him on the cover, put him on a T-shirt, put him on a coffee mug, put him everywhere you can, man. Absolute legend. I love to see him on Madden 23. Whether it be standard, legacy, dynasty, whatever edition they want to make for him, even if it's a special edition they never had before, just for him. Obviously everything that you guys said is right on point. He is a legend, and I still play Madden, and the impact it's on the game I think will last for a really long time, probably maybe forever. So rest in peace to a legend.
Hey, one thing I want to do real quick, guys, just to honor Matt, I'm going to just take 1 second of silence, take us all off the podcast, and check out this graphic. And remember. Okay, cool. Just want to take a brief second there and remember everything that he did. So, all right, I don't want to be too somber, but rest in peace, John Madden.
Peace. Hey, side note,
everything that you did. Should we just get into the next topic, Jay? I mean, we might as well.
I do want to hit this question really quick because it's been on the comments for a little minute. I don't know if hopefully Smokey the Cat's still here, but I did want to. If you guys, I'll give you guys my picks real quick on here, and then you guys can do yours. But I'm going with AB, of course, Antonio Brown. I'm going with St. Brown as well for the Lions, and then I'm going to go with Ronald Jones. I think he's playing a really terrible defense, especially a run defense this week. I'm not sure who. I heard that I think they're playing the Jets. So yeah, those are the guys that I would take personally. I don't know who you guys got, but who are you guys taking?
You go ahead, Robson. That's first.
So wide receiver, I'm actually probably going to take Amari Cooper just straight off of bulk. That guy just gets a lot of targets anyway. For running back, yeah, I'd probably go Ronald Jones. Well, I do think I would also give Keyshawn Vaughn a look too, because I think they're going to kind of mix it up in the backfield with that. Playing the Jets, they have the worst defense in the NFL right now. There's no way in the world they don't go off. And a flex, I'm going to go Antonio Brown probably. I would go Antonio Brown because, again, if you have any Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they're playing that Jets defense, start them because they may put up 35 by the end of the first quarter because that's just how bad the Jets defense is. So I would go with that.
I'll go real quick. I believe that says AB after flex. So if that's Antonio Brown, put him in. Then give me Cooper just off sure targets, like Robson said, for the flex. At running back, I'm actually going to say I don't know who anybody plays this week. I don't think Pollard's going to get a lot of – actually, put Pollard in. I do think that Pollard's going to get a good workload. I don't even think Zeke will play this week, come to think of it, just because the Cowboys have already clinched the playoffs. They don't really need to do anything else. I don't know. But you got a good team, man. Good luck to you if you're in your championship. And speaking of Dallas and the NFC, let's talk about some of the teams that are struggling a little bit more. These 4 teams, I think it's sure to say 2 of these 4 are going to make it into the playoffs. Which of these 4 teams do you guys foresee making it to the playoffs? Let me know.
Oh, it's easy. The Cardinals and the Niners are locked in. I don't see them missing the playoffs out of these 4 teams. I don't think the Vikings – I'm sorry, Viv. Viv's not here with us today. He's a Vikings fan. I don't see the Vikings making the playoffs this year. I love Zimmer. Of course, Kirk is cool, and obviously our guy Justin Jefferson's a beast. I just don't see it happening this year for him. I have the Eagles or the Falcons taking that last spot personally, but I think it's going to be the Eagles. Falcons still got an outside shot, though. Outside of that, I don't see anyone else making the playoffs. Cardinals and Niners, it should be simple in my opinion. I don't know. How you guys feeling?
Arizona's already got a playoff spot on lock, so I really don't know why they're up here. Know your stuff, Dalton. I'm just kidding. You're all good, man.
Did you hear that? Did you hear my sound effect at least?
No, I didn't at all. Your sound effects have barely been coming in. There you go. We have to be dead silent for it. But, yeah. So Arizona's got it on lock. The next 2 teams here, I'll make it up for you. I see the Niners and the Eagles making it. San Francisco, their defense is just so damn good. I mean, it's just unbelievable how good that defense is. They're going to power their way in, and the Eagles are going to sneak their way in with that 7 seed. They're going to get in there. Their run attack is going to lead them to it. Vikings, honestly, even if they did have the playoff seed, they should vacate it because any team that loses to the damn Lions does not deserve a playoff spot.
The Cardinals lost the Lions.
Well, maybe we should take them out too because good Lord above. Oh no, I know my stuff. Trust me, but they actually have they already have a spot locked up anyway. So really, what can we say there? Even with that loss, they still locked it up. That's just how good they were early on. But yeah, I'm sorry, Minnesota, bye-bye. Why the hell are the Falcons being mentioned by you, Jay? I don't even know. Talk about not knowing your stuff.
They're in the 8th spot right now. They're right behind the Eagles. They're a game behind.
They ain't gonna make a damn thing, Jay. Let's be real here.
They just won on Sunday. They just got
Is
the
he
dub.
talking about the Falcons?
Yes,
What?
he's talking about the Falcons, led by old man Matt Ryan.
No, you're right. You're right, Robson. Looking at this graph now, I probably should have put the Falcons over the Cardinals for sure. It's just the Cardinals. I think one thing Jay wanted to talk about too is which of these 4 teams actually because yes, some of them have already locked up the playoffs. They've already made it, but some of them are falling apart. Some of them are getting hot. They're changing, I think, as the season goes on. So we could talk about definitely which ones are going to make the playoffs. But one thing I want you guys to touch on too, which of these teams do you guys see making a move or maybe getting a run in the playoffs, getting some steam? Because I'm going to be honest, sorry, Bib, I don't see the Vikings doing it anytime soon. I think that they're kind of just been the same the whole year, which is lack of consistency. The Cardinals, I think, got cold at the wrong time. I don't see them making a run. I think that they're going to be a one-and-done kind of team. Just because isn't Hopkins injured for the rest of the year?
Yeah, he's done for the year, surgery.
I thought they were gonna. They thought he maybe had a chance to come back in the playoffs, but I'm not sure.
I just don't foresee it happening. So I'll say if Hopkins comes back, maybe, but even then, he's not going to be 100% healthy. So I don't see that. The 49ers, I could see being a team that could make a run. They're getting hot at the right time. Moreover, Jimmy Garoppolo is getting hot at the right time. But hey, Philadelphia is undefeated this entire month. And guess what?
Oh, God.
There's no more games in December. That means we went undefeated in a month.
Let's go, Eagles.
Beginning of the year. So I'm just saying the Eagles are getting hot at the right time. I'm not saying we're going to go back to the Super Bowl. If we do, I'm going to come back to this podcast and it's going to go viral on TikTok. Swear to God. But that's not going to happen. In another universe, in another realm, maybe. But the team that I foresee having the best chance to make a run, believe it or not, San Francisco.
Oh, I agree.
What do you think,
Yeah.
Rob? Who's your team to make the longest run?
San Francisco, just because the Kyle Shanahan offense. I mean, you can never put it out of doubt. And also, they got that wild card in Trey Lance. Imagine if they can throw him out there whenever they want to, honestly, because Jimmy Garoppolo's been playing well. And if they want to throw in us some run packages, throw out Trey Lance. Let's see how that works. That is a weapon that they could use, and the weapon that they're going to use, I think, at the playoffs.
Well,
yeah, I see San Francisco.
Sunday, Rob.
What, did Jimmy G get hurt?
I'm not sure. I just know everyone's been talking about him starting this Sunday. So it's possibly. I mean, Jimmy G's been all right, but I think Trey Lance might be the guy that they want bringing him. But go ahead, Ross. I just want you to know he is going to start. Trey Lance season starts on Sunday.
I'm not going to go that far yet.
But I will say this. All right, so I will say this about the Niners. All right, so we just talked about the Cardinals and why they're not making it because J.J. Watt's out and then our boy Hopkins is out. Now look at the Niners. Their best running back is fully healthy, ready to go. He's locked in. He can also play wide receiver. He played wide receiver last year. Then their best defensive player, Nick Bosa, he's locked in. He's healthy, finally ready to go for the rest of the season. So if you have your two best players on both sides of the ball, I like your chances over a team that doesn't have them in the Cardinals. So Deebo Samuel, Nick Bosa, I think are the X factors and playmakers that could take them pretty far in the playoffs. And George Kittle. They have a tight end that's like a top 3 tight end right now, probably top 4 at least with Andrews and Kelsey and Knox.
Yeah. I want to talk about something too. A team that we probably don't talk about a lot. You were talking about him earlier, Jay. Dougie P. You already know, Jay. I had to break out the graphic. Doug Peterson, Trevor Lawrence. Is it a match made in heaven? Is Doug Peterson the man fit for the job in Jacksonville? And if he's not, who is, in your gentleman's opinion? Jay, go ahead and run with this one first.
Dougie P, baby, all day. Hire him up right now. Khan, whatever his last name is, or Khan is his last name, whatever his first name is, whatever his name is, man with the mustache, hire your boy Dougie P if you want to win a Super Bowl anytime in the near future, because Dougie P already got one. He's a great coach. If you got the Eagles to win when the colors are kind of similar, you know what I'm saying? He already kind of has the look with that green. You know what I'm saying? Get Dougie P in the building. He needs to be in Jacksonville if the team doesn't relocate, of course. but he's got to be there for the Jaguars with Trevor Lawrence. Oh, I'm all in on WP in Jacksonville for the Jaguars.
Yeah, I agree. What are you thinking, Robson? Are you thinking WP is the guy for the job? Who do you got in mind?
Man, it don't matter who the hell gets the job. It's the damn Jaguars. Who the hell cares who they hire? They'll screw it up anyway. This was the forbidden wasteland that Trevor Lawrence should have stayed in college from. I knew this thing was a mess when they hired Urban Meyer. I had a gut feeling it was going to end terribly. Trevor Lawrence has not played well at all this year. He's had a couple flashes here and there, but other than that, it's just been awful. It's not a good situation. He is just in a cesspool of a place in Jacksonville. Even if they move to London, it don't give a damn. This team is sucky. They are destined to be sucky. They are one of those teams like the Lions that are just destiny is to just be the masters of suckitude. It's just awful. I'm sorry, but I don't care who they hire. He'll be gone in 2 years after the Jacksonville Jaguars finish top 3 in the lottery again. I'm sorry. It just doesn't matter. The Jacksonville Jaguars stink. No one wants to play there. No one wants to go there. It doesn't matter who they hire. Hire whoever the hell you want to, because you tried Urban Meyer. That didn't work, so you'll hire damn near anybody at this point. Hell, they may give me a phone call if they're hiring Urban Meyer for a head coaching job, and I wouldn't take it. I would say no, because I don't want to be at that bonfire of an organization. Thank you, but no thanks.
I take it. Just if you're watching, remember, I take it for sure. Me and
Call
Dog.
me and Jay, Jacksonville. We'll co-head coach and shit. We'll be down there with Trevor Lawrence. I'll start growing my hair out like Jay and Trev. I'll be getting that Florida boy vibes. You already know. Jacksonville. Hey, me and Jay are the gentleman fit for the job. Fuck Doug. Fuck Doug Peterson. He can go chill on unemployment a little bit longer. We're coming out. Anyway, I'll say that I would love to see Doug Peterson there. I think he has that Jaguars mentality. I think that he fits with an organization and a fan base like that. Jacksonville is very passionate. A lot of people don't know that. They are a very passionate fan base. People from Florida are crazy. They love their football. Moreover, college football. The Florida football fan in the room can definitely attest to that. But at the end of the day, I think it's fair to say, Robson, and you'd probably agree with this, Jacksonville Jaguars are deemed passionate fans.
They're passionate.
I mean,
if they're passionate, they're masochists.
Jaguars fans, I've seen a couple of them, and they're definitely like they care, but they have a culture. I'm not going to say that's aggressive as Philly, but it's just passionate in a different way. So I think that Doug Peterson could be a good fit for these guys. I'm honestly interested to see what's going to happen because I guess their season ends is what we got 2 more games now. It's week 16 or week 17 and 18 now.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. The hiring process begins soon. I think another good candidate, and I'll leave it off with this because this is the only other guy that I'd recommend, Kansas City Chiefs offensive coordinator, who I actually wanted to be Philly's coach, Eric Bieniemy.
You read my mind.
Phenomenal coach, phenomenal coordinator. I think he could do a lot with Trevor Lawrence and James Robinson and Travis Etienne. They just need to get some receivers there, but it'll be interesting to see. I like the Jaguars. I mean, I don't agree with Robson. I'm not going to call you guys a dumpster fire, but hey, I don't disagree with what Robson said either. I'll say.
At least they're not the Browns. That's all I'll say, or the Jets.
Hey,
they aren't the Browns. Well, actually, no. I think the Jets are in a better situation than them. Honestly, they're in a far better situation than
the Jets. The Jags are both better than the Browns, but.
Yeah, you could. So it really is a matter of what you would prefer. Do you prefer just to know your team's going to suck, like the Jets and the Jaguars, or do you prefer to go in with Super Bowl thoughts and then just have your life ruined by a terrible quarterback?
Baker
really
Mayfield
up to
doesn't
you.
matter. It don't matter. Anything else doesn't even matter. If Baker Mayfield just shut it down, it doesn't even matter anymore. It doesn't even matter. Smoking up in Cincy. Oh.
Main topic, last topic of the night, gentlemen. It's 8:50. We got to wrap up here. Why is this glitching out? Do you guys see that glitching out on your end?
Yeah, it is popping.
I do.
Oh, man, let me try it
Smoking
again.
in Cincy, though.
Hey, look at Joe Burrow with smoking on the screen over there. He had it glitching out.
I will say this, though. This is on a personal level. So Joe Mixon and Joe Burrow both got me knocked out of so many playoff teams in fantasy. And then I had one team left, and it was a sure thing. We are going to the championship, the $1 million first prize championship, if it wins and everything goes right. And then Joe Burrow and Joe Mixon, I'm playing against him, and all of a sudden they want to play all 4 quarters up by like 50, still throwing bombs and still throwing touchdowns. But what I will say is, yes, they did cost me that $1 million first prize, championship fantasy, whatever. On the other hand, Joe Burrow, man, he's that guy. I wanted to be that guy all year round, but he was that guy against the Ravens. And I think, and I know you've been on here with me, Dalton. You know I've been saying the Bengals since the beginning, they're going to win the division because they got Joe Mixon, they got Joe Burrow. They should have a wide receiver named Joe, but it's close. It's Jamar Chase. So I think that they're the team that can really be a sleeper. Them and the Colts, to me, in the AFC are the sleepers that I think can go to the Super Bowl. That's not the Chiefs. If the Chiefs get eliminated, the Bengals and the Colts, to me, are the teams that you got to watch out in the Super Bowl. If not the Titans, if Derrick Henry gets healthy. But we'll talk about that later. Let's get it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go real quick. What I gotta say is, I just think. I don't know if I'd say the Bengals are that team like you're saying, Jay. It's tough for me to put them in a Super Bowl category already, but could they make a run? I don't know. I think that if Derrick Henry comes back, the Titans are going to be getting hot at a really good time, and we saw how hot they got in the beginning of the year. Nobody could touch them for a while there. So a 4-game win streak for them, I think, with Derrick Henry could be nothing. But will Derrick Henry be healthy? Who knows? But
no, if he's healthy, though, I will say that everything I just said goes out the window if Derrick Henry's healthy, because the Titans are by far the best team in the AFC with Derrick Henry healthy. No one even comes close to the Titans. They're in the Super Bowl for sure in the AFC if Derrick Henry comes back healthy. But go ahead. I just want to make that.
What you just brought up, though, Jay, that's really good, too, is Cincinnati. I don't know if they would win the Super Bowl this year, and I know you're talking about them making a run, though. I could see them making a run. Like, they're a young team, and like I said earlier, being young is good. I mean, you got two franchise guys in Joe Burrow, who's statistically a top 10 QB this year, and Jamar Chase, who is statistically a top 10 wide receiver this year. In Joe Burrow's second year and Jamar Chase's rookie year. So, I mean, if you're talking about any team that you want to try to build a dynasty around now, Joe Mixon, you got a lot of the pieces in place there. You got a good safety in Jesse Bates. I mean, hey, who knows? I could see Cincinnati definitely making a run, and I think that Joe Burrow is definitely the leader that they need. I think what's really going to be interesting is this weekend when they play the Chiefs. That's going to be the real test. If they go out here and they play a close game, like I'm talking within 3 points, 5 points, something like that, maybe a touchdown. If they go out here and like it's a shootout, they could be if one of these teams gets cold or something, they could be a Super Bowl favorite. Then I hear what you're saying, Jay. But they still got to beat Kansas City to have that test for me. I know you've been hot on them all year, and so have I. I'm ready to fully jump in the water with you, Jay, once they beat the Chiefs on Sunday. Look at Robson making a face. What are you thinking, Alex?
Robson can't.
I'm thinking you two must be drunk off your asses. That's what I'm thinking right now.
So wait, Robson. Just to clarify, this episode we've been accused of high, drunk,
smoking,
taking shrooms. I mean, we just do every substance on this show, right?
Hey, we've been drinking West Coasting. You feel me, Robson?
It's a party.
Because you two have been just dropping some crazy stuff today. I expect it from Jay, and Dalton, I should expect it from you, but still. The Bengals. Let's just chill the hell out. Look, they're awesome. First touch on Joe Burrow, my worst take ever. I thought coming out of the draft, it was a bad idea to take him number 1. I thought LSU and what they had going on made him look a lot better than what he actually was. I've been clearly wrong about that. This guy's had the talent. That is a horrifying face. Jesus H.
Hey, Robson, really quick. Hot takes. The Chiefs going 17-0. Do you remember? That was the hottest take of the year. But go ahead.
That's another one of my bad ones. But anyway, moving on from that, I'm telling you right now, I was wrong about Burrow. I was wrong about the Jamar Chase pick. They got it right with those 2 picks. But calm the hell down. Super Bowl? We're talking Super Bowl with a second-year quarterback and a rookie wide receiver with still a bad offensive line, a coach I still don't like, and a defense that is so inexperienced it's unbelievable. Are you kidding me? They're not beating the Chiefs this weekend. I wouldn't be shocked if the Chiefs just blow them out. With how hot the Kansas City Chiefs are right now, there's just no way in the world I just don't see that happening. The Kansas City Chiefs are the hottest team in football right now, if you ask me. They have been just unstoppable since they've gotten all that talking about, oh, yeah, the old Chiefs are gone. This is the new Chiefs. This is Patrick Mahomes, what he really is. That ain't happening. They're now 11-4, the number 1 seed in the AFC. The world is back to normal, ladies and gentlemen. The Chiefs are still by and far away the best team in the AFC, minus if Derrick Henry's healthy, because then I kind of agree. There's no one stopping Derrick Henry and the Titans if Derrick Henry's at 100%. But no, I'm sorry. It's just not happening. Again, I'm going to allude to this. It's the damn Bengals. When's the last time they did anything relevant in the postseason?
I agree.
I don't think it was ever. I don't remember ever doing anything in my lifetime anyway. I can't buy onto the Bengals hype train yet. I gotta sit with it more. No way in the world are they a Super Bowl team. No way, no how. I would eat my left foot if they somehow made the Super Bowl.
No, that's a bad bet to take on here.
Me and Jay are going to hold Robson to that. He's going to have to eat his
left foot.
No, I'm just kidding.
Has to be your left foot, though. But, Robson, this is the question I have for everything he's been saying right now. Look, we know that the Chiefs are really good. We know that. And we know that with Derrick Henry, the Titans can win. But if the Chiefs get knocked out for some crazy reason and Derrick Henry's not healthy, who do you have in the AFC? I have the Colts, really. That's my first team. Bengals will be second behind the Colts. But who do you have in the AFC to go to the Super Bowl if there's no Chiefs and there's no Derrick Henry?
Not the Bengals. I'll tell you that. The Bengals ain't going to do anything.
They're going to make the playoffs.
So you're telling me right now, if the Chiefs lose and the Bengals and the Chiefs and Titans are eliminated, right? The top 2 seeds.
Yeah.
I'll take Buffalo before I take Cincinnati. I'll take the Colts before I take Cincinnati. I will take the New England Patriots before I take the Cincinnati Bengals. And honestly, with how they've been playing recently, I may give.
You might what?
Did he just say Miami? Because
I actually have been saying Miami's a playoff team forever, and everyone wants to say that they're trash, but they're not. I've been trying to tell. Viv, get back on here. We got to talk about the Dolphins. All right. But anyway, go ahead. Did you say the Dolphins? You froze, Robson. We didn't hear you.
Yeah, it was the Dolphins. That's what I said. My internet's kind of dying on me for some reason, but it'll be all right. But yes, the Dolphins, they're a playoff team, and I think they're actually going to be all right. They're a good football team. I'm sorry, but I cannot buy on this Bengals hype train, even if the Chiefs and the Titans are not there, because they are the most inexperienced team in the playoffs this year in terms of just pure playoff experience and just pure ability, in my opinion. The Bengals, they're fun, they're young, they're going to be good in the future, but no, I'm not buying into Super Bowl hype at all yet for them. I'm selling all that stock right now because there's no way.
Bengals or Raiders, if you had to pick one to go to the Super Bowl?
Oh, Bengals! Jesus Christ! I couldn't imagine. I can't imagine hearing Joe Morley on this show all the time talking about Raiders. Shut up.
The 17-0 Chiefs. Felke just want to remind you.
Felke can eat my left foot.
Wow, is your left foot really tasty or something like that?
Can I get some of this left foot? Anyway, real quick, guys, before we wrap up, because it's 8:59, I do want to thank somebody for coming out tonight, a great friend of me and Jay's from the Warzone Sports Network. Everybody, thank you, and let's give it up to Robson for coming through.
Robson!
Thank you for coming through. You're my favorite Jets fan. All right. Anyway,
I'm probably the only one left.
Hey, Robson, they can find you on Instagram. Tell them where they can find your plugs real quick.
Yes, sir. Find the Instagram at the Robson Sportscast. You can catch me on the Warzone Sports Network anywhere and everywhere at points and intervals. And you can also find the Robson Sportscast on all your social media. Well, not all your social media, all your streaming platforms. There we go. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, you name it. The Robson Sportscast is on it. And we are coming back soon. I've been trying to get a new episode ready and all that, but just everything called life is trying to avoid me from doing that, it seems. But sooner rather than later, we will be back with the Robson Sportscast, the new episodes coming out. And also when the new semester comes around for my school, you can also try and find the show live on Radio Free Radford, right here, a local radio station in the Radford area. And yeah, I'm everywhere. I try and be.
Hey, well, thank you for coming through, Mr. J Fly. As always, thank you for coming through.
Really quick, last word, because football season is almost over. Trade Trae Young so we can win a championship in Atlanta, finally. Trade him for someone good. All right, but go ahead.